Public declaration, rebuttal, and notice of non-consent regarding the presumptive incorporation of inhabitants under Section 5, subsection 2 of the Local Governance Act 2016. Hear ye, hear ye. This 9th day of the month of September in the year 2025. This public declaration spoken aloud from the mouth of a private man standing on the island, currently called Jamaica, under full natural, inherent, divine endowment, private estate, and constitutional protection. Number 1. Rebuttal of presumption under Section 5, subsection 2 of the Local Governance Act 2016. I, Winston Cope, expressly deny, rebut, and denounce any presumption, legal fiction, administrative construction, or statutory classification under Section 5, subsection 2 of the Local Governance Act 2016, which purports as follows, and I quote, "The inhabitants of each parish, other than the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew, are hereby declared to be a municipal corporation under this Act." End quote. This section falsely and unlawfully presumes that every living man and woman, solely by virtue of residence or location within Jamaica's parishes, is thereby incorporated, assigned corporate status, or subjected to municipal jurisdiction, without voluntary consent, lawful contract, or express agreement. 2. Consent cannot be legislatively presumed. A corporate legal personality cannot arise by fiat, implication, or legislative construction, especially where the following fundamental rights are engaged. 1. Liberty and the freedom to live without involuntary association. 2. Privacy, including the right to control one's status and identity. 3. Nationality, as recognized under constitutional and international law. The creation of a municipal legal fiction over a private inhabitant amounts to an unlawful conversion of status, inconsistent with natural law, private rights, and equity. No valid jurisdiction arises from presumptions without proof of lawful bilateral contract. 3. Constitutional supremacy reaffirmed. This declaration is anchored in the Jamaica Constitution, Order in Council 1962, which is the supreme law of Jamaica and supersedes all ordinary statutes to the extent of inconsistency. I draw particular attention to A. The preamble. The Constitution affirms the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, including protection from tyranny, involuntary servitude, and unlawful interference with person or property. B. Chapter 3. Fundamental Rights and Freedoms. 1. Section 13, subsection 3, A to J, protects liberty, security, privacy, property, and freedom from discrimination. 2. Section 16, subsection 6, prohibits the taking of property or status without due process. 3. Section 20 guarantees a fair hearing and protection of civil liberties. C. Supremacy Clause, Section 2, and I quote, "If any other law is inconsistent with this Constitution shall prevail, and the other law shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be void." End quote. Any statute, such as Section 5, subsection 2 of the Local Governance Act, which seeks to override natural status, presume incorporation, or impose municipal classification, without individual consent is therefore null, void, and ultra vires. 4. Demand for proof of contract or voluntary association. I, Winston Cope, hereby issue formal demand to any officer, agency, department, or statutory body relying on Section 5, subsection 2, to produce the following within 21 days of this notice. 1. A valid, signed, and dated contract or agreement between myself and any statutory municipal entity, acknowledging voluntary acceptance and corporate status. 2. Any document lawfully authorizing the conversion of my private natural status to that of a municipal corporation or statutory subject. 3. Any oath of allegiance voluntarily sworn by me to any municipal or statutory construct under the Local Governance Act. Failure to provide said proof constitutes administrative estoppel and admission that no such consent exists. 5. Activation and reservation of all rights. I, Winston Cope, hereby assert and activate the following. 1. The right to self-identify as a private man, not subject to corporate presumption. 2. The right to reject any legal fiction imposed without consent. 3. The right to opt out of any registry, municipal ledger, or classification system purporting to treat me as a legal entity, ward, subject, or office holder under any Jamaican statute. No such administrative designation shall be enforceable absent my clear, competent, and willing consent properly executed. 6. Notice of treasonous conduct and hostile acts. Let this serve as public notice and warning. Any refusal, failure, or omission to remove my name or identifiers from any registry, coding system, or municipal record which classifies or encodes me as a municipal corporation or corporate body under Section 5, subsection 2 of the Local Governance Act, or any related legislative mechanism, shall be treated as an act of fraud, treason, and war against the Constitution of Jamaica Order in Council 1962 and my inherent rights under natural and divine law. This include, but is not limited to: 1. Assigning a business or entity number without consent. 2. Converting my status for taxation or licensing without lawful cause. 3. Denying services or rights based on refusal to accept corporate classification. 7. Conclusion and affirmation. I, Winston Cope, the declarant, competent with intent and free will, do further declare, under full penalty of perjury and public record, that 1. I do not consent to the presumption of corporate status nor municipal status. 2. I reject all constructive contracts not signed or authorized by me under full disclosure. 3. I reserve all rights, remedies, and protections under natural law, common law, and the Jamaica Constitution 1962. 4. I publish this declaration for notice to all, living and fictional, and declare immediate correction of any public record or legal presumption to the contrary. Declared and executed this 9th day of September 2025, without prejudice, all rights activated and retained. So it is done.